Hello, Doomers. It is I. I'm back talking to you from the hellscape on what was a very sunny Tuesday morning. The cloud seems to be thickening somewhat, so the rains are imminent. Uh, the rains are imminent. The weather's been very changeable in the hellscape over the last few days. We had brief glimpses of what could pass for the summer, but punctuated with crazy weather, which I will tell you about today. But today it's currently nice. Probably will rain later on. Probably will rain. The temperature is a very pleasant 18 degrees. It kind of feels a little bit warmer, and that's why my window is open. So I have my window open. That is dangerous because at any moment you could hear the screech of maybe 15 normies, usually from next door. Juggear Prick, his family, spend their whole day just driving to each other's houses and having ridiculously loud conversations about nothing in the garden. Normies. Um, and now a guy has started up some kind of fucking saw thing or some kind of fucking drill. So you're probably going to hear that. Um, you will also hear my housemate. I tried to do a video yesterday, but I gave up because I was stopping the recording so much. I was completely losing the thread. It was just annoying. So I just ran away from the computer, lest I kill him. With kindness, with kindness. Kill him figuratively, with a figurative hammer. Um, Now today I just don't give a fuck. So when he comes back in, he'll probably be outside screaming to himself. But I'm not doing the, oh yeah, back for a moment. The only reason I'm going to take a break today is if I need to refresh my coffee. Um, so yeah, there will be noise. So you might as well experience my existence, and then you'll have a greater appreciation of why I despise normies. Yeah, I was challenged again about my binary, doomers, normies, doomers, normies. People challenged me about my doomer supremacism because I'm a doomer supremacist. I think doomers are better than normies. If you're the kind of doomer who really enjoys normies and sees no discernible distinction between doomers and normies, then you're not a fucking doomer. If you can abide the company of normies prattle on about their bullshit lives, their bullshit jobs, their bullshit families, then you're arguably not a doomer. But yeah, whatever. You're all doomers. We can make our own decisions. So you can hang out with the normies and feel on a par with the normies in a happy kind of, in a happy place in your head. Uh, Similarly, allow the black hat doomers be just that and despise fucking normies because they are loathsome, and they in no way enhance any aspect of one's life. At no point do I ever think, oh, my life would be better if I had more interactions with normies. Just never happens. I never think that way. Um, so, I'm not. fucking normies. But what I mean to say is there will be noise, but this time I'm not going to be pausing and restarting because then I'll just give up again. And this is a complete waste of fucking time. Um, so anyway, it's currently, what is it? It's 2:20 in Ireland. So yeah, I'm gonna chat with you. Wait for the markets to open. See what's happening there, and then I'll skedaddle. I'll run off to one of my haunts, and I'll while away a few hours in the edifying company of dragonflies. Um, I don't even know why I'm kind of even bothering with the markets today. The PPI came in cooler than expected, so that's probably sufficient to generate market ebullience. All the retail investors will be ebullient today. Real data is terrible. China is collapsing. Just ignore that. Ignore that. The American PPI came in a little bit cooler than expected. To the moon. We're all going to the moon. The fucking dark side of the moon. Um, oh yes, I'm kind of waiting around for the markets. Although, yeah, it's almost a fait accompli that they're going to, at the very least, crab along, but probably do their thing. Yeah, they're probably going to finish in the green. But who knows? Who knows? And it is dependent on the broader geopolitical context. We won't get into that. We won't get into that. Uh, that would actually be talking about a meritorious subject, and that isn't really the purpose of these videos. You know, don't talk about the markets, Ian. Shut the fuck up. Talk about butterflies. Um, oh God. So what was I talking about? Oh, excellent. I've already forgotten my train of thought. Um, oh yeah, yeah. After this, I will skedaddle out to a nature spot. Um, I try to. Yeah, I'm trying to limit my time online. Yeah, I think it's probably a good idea. Um, so in the mornings, yeah, I kind of digest my preferred news sources for maybe 4 hours or 5 hours. Just give me a sense of the day. Also have the bents with the doomers online, you know. Um, that's also important. You know, this is a community. The Doomosphere is a community. It's the last community. Um, so yeah, I do that for kind of 4 or 5 hours. Then usually, sort of mid-afternoon, but preferably late afternoon. Then I take my jaunt. I certainly refrain from walking in the mornings or the early afternoon, because that's when the nature spots are frequented by elderly chaps. The elderly chaps seem to take their daily constitutionals in the mornings or the early afternoons. You can see him. He's kind of desperately seeking out human contact and interaction. And that's precisely the type of chap that a black hat doomer doesn't want to be talking to in a nature spot. Um, I try to be nice, just a nod or yeah, yeah. I do my best. Uh, I do my best. Um, but yeah, it's just a good idea for me to avoid the fucking place at that time. avoid the place at that time, because they don't tend to be there later. It is the morning, early afternoon, and then they scuttle off, back to their retirement prison, where they spend the evening gazing into the abyss, or conversely, watching Coronation Street or East Enders. Uh, oh, yeah, for international listeners, Coronation Street and EastEnders are British soap operas. Some of those miserablest shit you could ever watch. Um, but yeah, they're quite popular in old UK and Ireland. Um, so yeah, I'll avoid those and go out later when hopefully there will be fewer normies. Yeah, there will hopefully. I don't know. It's Tuesday. We'll see. Um, or I might send off a wee SMS to my doomer mate. See if he wants to meet for a tipple. Um, it's just kind of important now to maximize each day. Try to maximize each day. Uh, now, I don't mean go out and burn as much hydrocarbon as is humanly possible as quickly as possible. So what I'm talking about is, go out, look at the fucking sunset. Experience the sunset. Or if you are one of those doomers who likes normies, again, meet some normies, play Dungeons and Dragons, whatever fuck they do. I don't know. Well, no, I presume they don't know it's. Uh, they don't play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. Whatever fucking normies do. Just do that if you enjoy it. Maximize the day. It is important, particularly at the moment, for various reasons that we won't discuss. Yeah, the doomers know. Uh, Doom adjacent, apocalyptimists, normies, clueless fucking morons. They don't really know. The doomers know. The doomers who are listening are just going, yes, yes, it's a very, very good idea to squeeze the last out of each day now for reasons. Um, so yeah, I'll go on there later. Yeah, recently my head is like a scrambled egg. Uh, uh, there's a lot of information to process, and it is fun. I'm having the time of my life, for better or for worse. So I am enjoying the collapse of everything, but it can be difficult to keep track of everything. As a result, my mind sometimes feels a little bit overloaded, or at the very least burdened. Um, so and it is resulting in kind of absent-mindedness where I'm just suddenly losing track, and that means it's time for a coffee, doomers. I'll be back in one moment. Hello again, doomers. Apologies for that. Yeah, just need caffeine. That'll enliven me a little bit. Probably, yeah, I need to enliven myself. Wake up, Ian. But as I was saying, yeah, recently I have experienced a little bit of information overload, and just in general, just increasingly struck by the meaninglessness of it all. You know, uh, and yeah, over the last few days in particular, just very struck by the meaninglessness of everything. A normie would say that I'm at a low ebb, or that kind of thing. Um, well, we spoke about it before. Collapse acceptance is a process, not a destination. And you will have moments along the way where you feel emotions and that kind of thing. Um, So, oh look, there's someone coming to my door. Fuck's sake. Just one moment, I need to answer the door. Hello again. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Usually I don't answer the door, but I just saw a quick, he was wearing a high visibility vest, so I didn't know, uh, yeah, who he was. So I needed to check that. It was just a fucktard. So I shoot him off. Go away. Um, oh, yeah, yeah. So anyway, I probably had a low ebb, sort of. Having those moments of fuck, what have we done? Fuck. Oh, Christ. Fucking Sarah Connors at the chain link fence, gazing in at the playground, watching the kids, on fucking seesaws and swings. We're just there on the doomers, just clutching onto the fence, going, oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, I'm afraid. Um, so yeah, I've been having a lot of those kind of moments recently. I still loathe humanity, and I want us to fuck off at our earliest convenience. But we are still complex creatures with, the psychological stuff going on and emotional stuff. Um, so it happens. It happens. Um, and that's usually when nature it becomes essential. You must experience nature and the purity of the same to transcend those feelings. It's the only way. Certainly can't do it by fucking talking to a normie about a football match or do some other god awful activity that these idiots consider emblematic of a good life. No, don't do that. Go into nature. Um, so yeah, anyway, that's what I do. Do whatever the fuck you want. But that's what I do. And uh, yeah, we're all grown up doomers. So if you are struggling with symptoms of, I don't know, clinical depression, then the joy of being in nature can afford you precisely what you need to muster up the fortitude to see it through the day. you know. And now we're kind of taking it day by day, and some of us are taking it hour by hour. There's probably one black ant doomer who's taking it minute by minute. Again, it is what it is. It is what it is. But recently, over the last few days, uh, I have been blessed and cursed. So during my sojourns into nature, I have been both blessed and cursed. So let's talk about the blessings first. Um, so when was? Oh yes, it was on Saturday. So Saturday I was at a low ebb. I was just at a low ebb, and yeah, I can't really remember how I spent the day. Probably just reading stuff, or I don't know. I just don't know what I did. I lost time. I can't remember Saturday. I lost time. But oh yeah, so yeah. Anyway, I decided to go out to a nature spot, but I left it to the evening because I just really wanted to see the stars. I realized a few days before that I couldn't remember the last time I was actually able to see stars. because where I am, in my part of the hellscape, you can't see them, with the artificial light. Uh, it was better previously, when we were kids. They used different bulbs or something in these street lights. But I do remember you could see more stars. Now, with the newfangled bulbs, you really can't see anything. Um, we can't see the stars anymore. There's this light pollution. Uh, and that's because normies are afraid of the dark. It makes no sense. The energy we spend on keeping everything illuminated constantly. It's fucking stupid. Just another stupid fucking thing. Oh yes, so you can't see the stars as a result. Uh, so I decided to go to a nature spot and just stay there, as night fell. And on Saturday, the sky was blue and the clouds were few. So I figured it's probably a good time now, Ian. There was always a possibility that it would cloud over in the time it takes me to get to the nature spot, but I made my calculation and I went there in hope. Doomer hope. Fuck off, clouds. I just want to see a star. I don't even want a summer. I just want to see a star. Uh, so I went out there in late evening, and yeah, there were no clouds. So there were no clouds on Saturday evening, and the sky retained that beautiful roseate hue. So just delicious sky. It was beautiful, beautiful spectacle, and oh yeah, there was very few normies because it was Saturday night, and most of them are trying to eke out the last of the summer by hosting barbecues or going to dreadful restaurants or fucking off to the coast for a few days. So as a result, it was actually quiet where I was, but I took no chances. I immediately left the established footpath and went on to one of the less travelled trails. Uh, because I just didn't want to take any chances. I did not want to be disturbed by normies. But secondly, on the established footpath road type thing, they have street lights. So we talked about it before. They've installed street lights there. So if I wanted to get a panoramic view of the stars, I had to sort of skedaddle down one of the less travelled trails to somewhere resembling nature or the countryside. So I did that. And as I said, yeah, the sky was beautiful, but the dragonflies were there. And I don't know, sometimes it does really seem like they're trying to communicate or befriend you. Yeah, it's just amazing the way they seemingly interact, and they also put on a spectacular aerial display. There was a few of them, but they did some phenomenal maneuvers, and yeah, a lot of it was kind of just right in front of me. One stage, one of the chaps was hovering kind of in front of me and seemingly looking at me. I was expecting him to talk. Hello, Ian. Is that awkward part of collapse where dragonflies have started talking to black hat doomers in the middle of nowhere. Um, I wouldn't mind going mad uh, at the moment. It'll probably be a good time to completely lose one's faculties and sense of reason and completely disconnect from reality. Is, out in nature having the chats with dragonflies. But he didn't speak to me, unfortunately. But there was engagement. There was engagement, and they did put on a show. Then, yeah, sort of as time progressed, it became darker, and the dragonflies decided to go to bed or to a nightclub, or whatever dragonflies do. They're zany characters, so who fucking knows? But they eventually departed, and then I got to see some bats. Got to see some fucking bats flying around. Initially, I thought it was birds, and then you just kind of pay attention to the way they're flying. You can see their wings. So, oh no, bats! Excellent, excellent. So I got to see a few bats as the sun waned, and then it was night, and then I got to see falling stars. Got to see two falling stars, and it was all of the stars were very, very visible. It was quite beautiful. I saw some satellites and space fucking junk. I think I saw that fucking space station. So there's lots of crap too, but the actual stars were nice, and I got to see two falling stars. So that was lovely. So that was, yeah, and it was deeply consoling. It was just kind of uplift that I needed to endure Saturday and see Sunday. So on Sunday, on Sunday, oh, it was my Doomer dad's birthday. So it was Doomer dad's birthday on Sunday. So I said that I'd meet him and we'd go for a drink in the local gangster bar and have some shits and giggles. And my normie bro was also going to be there. So we'd talk to him too. So I did that. Is that kind of funny part of the summer where normies, guys, sports, normies, they have nothing to talk about. There's no sports. They're at a complete fucking loss as to what they should talk about. Particularly my normie bro. His only interest is sport. That's it. He's only interested in sports. Now, primarily football. Primarily, he watches British football. A lot of Irish people watch British football. It's very peculiar, because somebody could hate England, and then simultaneously support the English football team. It's very, very peculiar. So yeah, he follows British football, but he also manages the local kiddywinks, and he takes that very seriously. He's a glorified babysitter. He's a normie clown who essentially looks after other normies' kids a few nights every week so they can go off and have a pint. But he thinks he's gonna find the next fucking Pele. This kind of fucking thing. So anyway, he has no sports to talk about. He was even trying to talk about the end of the Olympics. Sort of, oh, I was watching the rowing yesterday. Did you see the rowing? I say, shut up, Gar. Shut up, bro. He's saying, no one cares about fucking rowing. Stop. Give up the ghost. There's no sports. um, he does. He just likes all sports. He even watches cricket. My normie bro will watch cricket if it's the only available sport, which is fine. Watch the sport of our historical imperial overlords, bro. That's fine. But he'll try to tell you about it. He'll tell you shit about cricket. Stop. Just shut the fuck up. So yeah, he was struggling on Sunday. He was struggling to find anything to really talk about. So he couldn't talk about sports that are happening. So he dovetailed into a bizarrely long anecdote about the local football kids league in 2026. They're changing something. I don't know what the fuck he was on about. I stopped listening. Um, I think Dumber Dad was listening, but even at times he just looks completely detached when my normie bro was talking. We did find out more details about his escapade to Australia. As I was telling you previously, my normie bro wants to go to Australia to celebrate Christmas during the height of the Australian summer. So we got a few more details about that. Apparently, he's taking 1 month off work. So he's not going to be working for 1 month, and he'll be down there for 3 weeks. I'm going to spend 3 weeks in Australia and another week, presumably, recovering from this terrible, terrible adventure that he's about to have. So I don't care at this stage, and I'm certainly not going to say, "Oh, Gary, bro, or whatever." Uh, uh, do you know how much carbon? I don't care. He's got a kid. So yeah, do it. Fuck it, I don't care. Um, but yeah, my dumber dad, he kind of says more that sort of like this a lot of energy for it's a stupid holiday. Um, and he also mentioned that it would be the height of the summer, so potentially the temperatures would be uncomfortable. And my army bro just started, oh, yeah, no, oh, yeah, that could happen. But anyway, where we're going, there's a lot of indoor facilities where, in archery. Oh, God. Anyway, whatever. So I had to spend time with Normie Bro and the other normies in the gangster bar, listening to all their bullshit. Because again, none of them had sports, so they had to rely on other subjects. There was a lot of the oh, Mick Quinn, he lives on the street next to this one. Yeah, 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 yeah. He died yesterday. Yes, fucking shit. Oh, God. So yeah, I listened to that for, I don't know, a few hours. And then my old man, my doomer dad, he was a bit tipsy, so I elected to escort him home and deposit him in his apartment because, I'm a nice black hat doomer son. If he wasn't a doomer, then you can walk yourself home, you delusional old bastard. But he is a doomer, so, I'm nice to doomers. I'll always give doomers the time of day, even if they're one of the annoying ones. Like some of them are. They're just a little bit. But I'm gentle with them. But I walked Doomer Dad home just to ensure that he got home safe. And when I left his apartment, I looked up and I saw the sky was magnificent. Yeah, there were dashes of blue, but also just angry clouds. So I immediately decided, Ian, get back into nature. You've endured normies for hours, talk shit about nothing. Get back to nature. So again, I went off on my jaunt for 55 minutes and then an extra 30 minutes to get to one of the less traveled trails, and maybe another fucking 20 minutes to just ensure some comfort. But yeah, so I walked for 55 minutes to kind of the beginning of the nature spot, the access point or the entrance to nature. Um, but as I was approaching, yeah, I just looked behind, and it was this massive wall of cloud was heading my way. And as I was looking at the cloud, I heard the first rumble of thunder. I thought, oh, excellent. There's going to be a thunderstorm. So I immediately increased my pace because I didn't want to experience a thunderstorm standing at the entrance of the nature spot. I wanted to get to one of my preferred little outposts, which would afford me a panoramic view of the sky. It's the place I went to the night previously, and yeah, just one moment. That's yeah, just normies outside. So it was the place that I went to previously, the night before, and I saw the falling stars. So that's a perfect place to witness a thunderstorm. And this thunderstorm was getting closer the closer I got to that place. So when I arrived, now it was coming, and I could apprehend lightning, but it was sheet lightning, just flashes of light. But the thunder, the rumbles of thunder were very deep. Cavernous. So I thought, oh, this could be a fucking doozy of a thunderstorm. I could be in for a bit of a fucking treat here. And little did I know what was about to transpire overhead, this black hat doomer. So I was there, just kind of excitedly, just oh, there's no normies. Normies are somewhat predictably also afraid of storms. So I didn't see any normie for the complete duration of this story, this period of time where I was witnessing the storm. So the storm was overhead, and then the lightning became fork lightning. So I got some fabulous lightning bolts touching down quite close. Quite close. I remember one in particular. I just looked at it and thought, that's quite close, Ian. You should have brought your golf club. Um, uh, so everything is progressing nicely. Oh, massive rumbles of thunder, fork lightning nearby, fabulous. And then was kind of moving off, and you could see the fork lightning just vein the panorama and the fucking beautiful way that it does. So I thought, Jesus Christ, that was awesome. And it was, you could still see it, moving over towards the hills in the background, still electrifying the sky. And as this was happening behind me, I heard another monstrous rumble of thunder and a flash of light that did illuminate everything. And so I thought it was done. I thought I was watching this thunderstorm fuck off. And I turned around, and another monster was just tracking overhead. The first one kind of skirted by me. It did drop lightning close to me, but the second one came directly over me. It was amazing. Just the cloud structure and everything was just fucking beautiful. Uh, And this one was unleashing fork lightning throughout, so directly over my head, traveling across the heavens. I could see the most beautiful fork lightning, but it was also sending it down. Now, there was a little bit of rain in this, that came with the second cell. The first cell was rainless where I was. During the arrival of the second cell, there was a pulse of rain that would, it was heavy, so I was wet. But apart from that, this was kind of rainless, at least where I was, just the one very heavy pulse. So at this stage, I could see the storm overhead, and it was kind of electrifying everything. But the one that had just passed was still doing its thing. So it was, you could see it shooting down its bolts of lightning. The one overhead me, the second one, that track passed slowly, and it dropped a shitload of lightning bolts. And then the third one arrived. The third one arrived. Um, all similar things. It's, just very, very cacophonous rumbles of thunder and the most sublime lightning. But at one point, there was three thunder cells around me, or storm cells, and they were all electrifying the sky. You could hear the thunder emanating from the different cloud structures, and it was a moment of near religious fucking tranquility. Yeah, it's easily the most impressive thunderstorm I've ever witnessed, and the fact that I was blessed to witness it where I was, in a place with no light pollution, no normies, and just in the company of the wee little butterflies are there, the guys that are around the size of your fingernail, and they were there throughout the storms. It's kind of hanging with me. I like those little guys. They seem very friendly, and there's lots of them. So those brave little bastards were there, but there was no normies. So it was easily the most impressive thunderstorm I ever witnessed. But it was just amazing. A moment of beauty that did immediately lift my mood. And yeah, I was shrieking with delight. I know I give out to normies for making excessive noise, but yeah, as during this multi-cell storm, there were a few times when I kind of lost my reserve and was shrieking with delight at this beautiful spectacle that I was blessed to see. In total, it lasted for 3.5 hours. 3.5 fucking hours. It was just majestic. Yeah, I'm still even, yeah, it's just majestic. When I returned home, I went online, and one of the Irish Doomers had posted kind of a weather watch related to my part of Ireland, and you could see that there was a trail of thunderstorms coming up from the south, but they travelled directly over the hellscape. So I was just blessed and lucky to witness that. And again, in the absence of normie filth, that was also beautiful. So yeah, it was the restorative effect of nature cannot be disputed. Alas, I did go to the nature spot yesterday, and it was a wee bit sunny, and all the normies couldn't take their walks on on Sunday because there was a storm, which they find scary. So they all went for their walk yesterday. And so they all put on their special clothes, their walking clothes. Now, we talked about joggers. Joggers have their special outfit, and that's half the attraction of jogging. Presumably they want to stay healthy. They also really want to put on that stupid shit. Yeah, oh yeah, my lovely jogging outfit. Walkers do the same. I'm going for a walk, so I'm just gonna put on my special walking pants. Yes. What the fuck is wrong with you? Just fucking go outside and take a walk, you clown. You fucking clown. Uh, so they were out in force yesterday. I think it was the 5 second rule yesterday. With usually it's 10 second rule. Every 10 seconds, there's a different normie standing in front of you, probably trying to engage with you or interact with you. So that's 10 second rule usually. That's the rule in the hellscape. Yesterday, yeah, it was around 5 second rule. And it's still some of them be walking past you, and they can see that somebody is just 10 meters in front. So somebody has just walked past me, and they're it's like, guys, seriously, even if I was nice, which I'm not, I fucking hate the lot of you. I'm only hanging around to watch you suffer. Um, um, oh yeah, but even if I was nice, it's just impossible. Yesterday, if I wanted to be nice and, just, be nice to all the normies, effectively, I'd have just been doing this. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Um, Yeah, and yesterday I didn't see, the dragonflies. They're not gonna turn up all these clowns around their fucking lycra and screaming into their phones. They have more discernment. Yeah, fucking let's get out of here. Fuck these normies. So I didn't really see a lot of animal life. I saw one dragonfly. Actually, it was weird. So there was this one dragonfly, smaller one, but still putting on a display of considerable skill and beauty. So I was tracking. Now, lamentably, I was sitting on a bench, so I was on the established fucking footpath thing, but I was tired. I wanted to sit down on a bench. And there were just constant normies to and fro. But this little chap was up by the tree canopy doing amazing stuff. But then he came down and he started flying more at eye level for the normies who were walking along. At the same point, a woman walker, in her special walking outfit, was there with her. I think it was a dog. One of these things that looks like a fucking rat. One of those dogs. And maybe she was walking rats. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing now. Maybe it is. So she was walking something, some little animal, walking crap. She was attractive. I remember that as she walked past, I thought, that's the type of woman a few years ago I'd have been very attracted to. You know, just, people have types. She was kind of my type, and she just had an air of relative elegance that in the great long ago I found quite appealing before my libido was neutralized by doom. Um, oh yeah, so Dragonfly was doing its thing, but it moved down more at the eye level, and it was right in front of her, kind of almost doing loop the loops. But she was there on her phone. She didn't even notice. She didn't notice the dragonfly putting on a fucking show for her, and you know, attracted to. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna work out now. Just find yourself a nice fucking normie, a nice normie woman. Get yourself a wee walking outfit and go walking the rat, ignoring dragonflies, and that's happiness. Um, yeah. What time are we doing, Doomers? Yeah, it's 49 minutes. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about any topic today. Yeah, 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 yeah. We're not going to talk about any topic today. I think I've kind of exhausted my voice already. I did say we'd talk about love and libidinal desire. So yeah, we will talk about that next time. Um, Kind of planned to talk about that again today, but then I start moving my mouth and I don't really know. Well, what did I talk about today? Is there anything that we can say was the subject of this video? Did we give out about any particular aspect of normies? Um, Shit. I don't think there's any real subject. Should be just nature. Yeah, today I just talked about nature. Yeah, it wasn't even a rant. It was just me talking about the beauty of nature and its ability to provide meaningful consolation to even the blackest hat doomer. So yeah, we'll leave it there for today, guys. And I would not be listening to this. Um, so I tried to be more attentive to the comments. There's one or two funny comments. It made me laugh. Uh, One comment likened me to, and I got the movie reference. Usually I don't because I don't have a TV or watch movies. But I did get this movie reference because I remember watching the movie with an ex partner in the great long ago. But he likened these dreadful videos to if the football in Castaway had a podcast. He draws the wee fiery face onto a fucking football. And apparently that's me. That's Wilson. I'm Wilson. A series of videos will end with me setting fire to my head. But yeah, I think it's a football. I don't know. Wilson was a football, wasn't he? Or volleyball or basket? No, he was a football. I think he was football. But anyway, apparently I have a head like a football in just the general aspect of Wilson. Um, and another comment called, what was I call it? An old cell. Oh, it's old cell. I think this is related to incels. As you're all aware, incels are involuntarily celibate. Um, There's that wee prick who killed lots of people. He called himself the, what is it, perfect gentleman. Yeah, yeah, he was one. But there have been more since, chaps who can't get laid. They've built up a community where they, talk about the fact that they can't get laid because women are evil. They're incels. I'm old cell. I don't really know what it means, but um, made me smile in a way. Old cell. Uh, Probably better to describe me as Val Cell. It's like, oh god, yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about love and that kind of thing in the next video. Um, Certainly wasn't celibate. Certainly wasn't fucking. But anyway, we won't get into that now. We'll talk about that in the next video. But I'm not certain what old cell means. Apparently, I'm one of those too. Um, yeah, I think I just look like a wee pea-headed chap. I look like Carl Pilkington, particularly if I shave my head. Yeah. One of the Twitter doomers, I'm presuming she's a doomer. I don't know. I presume anyone who fucking watches this is a doomer, or anyone who follows me on other platforms. I just presume they're a doomer. Well, why else would you follow me or watch this shit if you were? Well, I don't even know why you'd watch this shit if you were a doomer. It's like, go and read some fucking IEA report or something. Don't waste your time watching this madman talk shit. Um, oh yeah, so a lovely Twitter doomer. Well, again, presume she's doomer or doom adjacent, whatever the fuck that means. Um, she said that I look like Graham fucking Norton. I look like Graham Norton. Graham Norton is an Irish comedian who has since carved out a very impressive career in England, kind of hosting light entertainment talk shows where he talks to celebrities about their latest withering movie in a light-hearted way. So apparently I look like him, the Graham Norton of fucking Doom, but also whatever, the Wilson, the old cell, whatever. I call myself a black hat fucking dumber. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. So we'll say today was nature. Yeah, Ian talked about nature. And in the next one, we'll talk about love and uh, our libidinal mistakes. So I won't maximize the day. Remember what I said about maximizing the day, particularly now. Maximize it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend a little bit of extra energy today just to ensure that I am saved from having to endure normie filth. I'm going to actually put in a bit of extra effort to get somewhere where I will be assured some degree of silence and hopefully, the ballet of the dragonflies. And I have a Super Tuesday Doomers Lighthouse out.